One full authority digital engine control system, or FADEC, is mounted on the fan case of each engine. The FADEC is also called the Electronic Control Unit, or ECU. It's a digital control system that provides various types of engine control. The FADEC has two-channel redundancy, with one channel normally active and the other in standby. In the event of a single channel failure, the other channel controls the engine. If both channels fail, the engine will fail. The Engine Interface Unit, or EIU, transmits to the FADEC any data that the FADEC requires to provide engine management. The FADEC controls the engine operations during start and until the engine is shut down. Additionally, the FADEC transmits the engine information to indicators in the flight deck, while it also detects, isolates, and records any failures. On this frame, you can click the major functions that are provided by the FADEC to view more detailed information. The FADEC can be powered by the aircraft electrical system, but is normally self-powered when the engine N2 is above a specific value, through operation of a magnetic alternator. The minimum M2 RPM required for the magnetic alternator to provide FADEC power depends on the engine type as shown on this frame. In the event of loss of FADEC self-generated power, the aircraft electrical system provides the power. The display of the engine parameters on the ECAM indicates whether or not the FADEC is powered. When the FADEC is powered, the display looks like this. When it is not powered, the display looks like this. First, the FADEC is powered for 5 minutes when electrical power is first applied to the aircraft. After this time period, the FADEC shuts down and is not powered. When ignition start is selected, the aircraft electrical system again powers the FADEC until the N2 exceeds 15%, at which time the FADEC power is self-generated. To shut down the engine, the master switch is moved to off, and the FADEC remains self-powered until the N2 RPM is below the value required for the engine type. After shutdown, the FADEC remains powered by the aircraft electrical system for 5 minutes. After this time period, the FADEC is depowered. Let's review the conditions that power the FADEC. The FADEC is self-powered when N2 is running. The FADEC power is available from the electrical system if the engine fire switch is not released and the aircraft is in flight, or the engine mode selector is in crank or ignition start, or the FADEC ground power is on, or 5 minutes after AC power up, or 5 minutes after the master switch is selected off. The FADEC selects thrust for each engine. Movement of the thrust levers provides signals for setting power in the manual mode, while the FMGS, or auto thrust, provides the signals in the automatic mode. Regardless of the mode, the FADEC prevents the thrust from exceeding the limit for the thrust lever position. This completes our description of the FADEC. Now for the questions.